In this video, we'll show you how to speed up your WordPress website easily. We'll use the WP Rocket plugin to get it done. Without further ado, let's start. So first, let's take a look at our site. This is our production site. As you can see, we have a lot of elements on the right sidebar. We also have a contact button over here at the bottom, a subscription notification on the top, and we have a lot of posts. We also have analytics script, ad script, a reCAPTCHA widget, etc. Many things on our website. So this is the homepage of our production site. And let's take a look at the single post page. So this is the single post page. Here you can see there's an ad, there's an image, and there are links over here. Another ad at the bottom, and there's the subscribe form, more posts, another ad, and a comment section. So that is our single post page. Now let's go ahead and go to PageSpeed Insights and test our homepage score. And here are the core vitals assessment and diagnose performance issues. It's diagnosing. So while it's diagnosing, let's open up another tab and let's paste in our post page URL. So here's the result. So for mobile device, this is our page speed score for the home page. You can see we don't have a good performance. It is 54 out of 100. And if we scroll down, we have a lot of issues. We can look at the metrics. And in the diagnostic data, there are so many issues. You can see our CSS isn't minified. We have JavaScript issues. And now if we click on the desktop, you can see we have a good performance. And there are still some diagnostic issues. Okay, and the mobile page, it's 54. So let's take a look at the post page score now. It's 58. So it's a little bit higher than the home page, but there are still so many issues. And here are some diagnostic issues. We have some unused CSS. Our CSS isn't minified, and there are various issues over here. Now for desktop, we can see for post page, it has good performance. It has 98 score. There are still some diagnostic issues that needs to be fixed, but otherwise this has a good page speed for desktop. Now to solve these issues, we are going to use a WP Rocket. WP Rocket is a very popular plugin, and we are over here in the website. It's an excellent cache plugin. It's going to speed up WordPress website really fast, and there's a large number of users using WP Rocket. So we are going to use WP Rocket. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pricing of the plugin. And currently there's an offer going on, 25% discount. And here are three plans. We can see the first plan is the single plan. The usual price is $59, but with the discount, it's currently $44.25. And the second plan, it's the plus plan, and its regular price is $119, but with the discount, it's $89.25. And the final plan, which is the infinite plan, it has support for unlimited websites. Its regular price is $299, but with the discount, it's $224.25. And there is 100% money back guarantee within 14 days of your purchase. And here you can see a list of what you get with WP Rocket. You can see there's a quick setup, the most powerful features for web performance, such as caching, lazy loading, preload, delay.js, remove unused CSS, and a lot more. It also has excellent support, broad compatibility with hostings, themes, and plugins. It has also e-commerce compatibility, and it's multilingual. We can look at the FAQ section. All right. So we already downloaded WP Rocket, and now we are going to log into the WordPress dashboard of our production site. Okay, so now I'm going to go to plugins and click on add new. And from here, we're going to click on upload plugin, click on choose file. Okay, so we have uploaded WP Rocket file. Now let's click on install now. Okay, so the plugin has been installed. Now let's activate it by clicking on this activate plugin button. And after the plugin is activated, we can access it by hovering our mouse over settings and clicking on WP Rocket. Now this will lead us to the WP Rocket dashboard within our WordPress dashboard. So in the dashboard, you can see it's already written WP Rocket is now activated and already working for you. Your website should be loading faster now. So it already has boosted our website speed, but we're still going to take a look at the different features and settings of WP Rocket. Here you can see there's the My Account details over here. On the right hand side, there's the quick actions, which is clear and preload cache, clear used CSS. So already our website is fast, but if you have changed some settings or applied some settings, you can click on these buttons to quickly load your cache or apply the changes. And here's the Rocket CDN, my status, getting started, some FAQ, and that's about it. Now let's click on the file optimization. That's the first feature that we're going to look at. So the first option is the CSS files. We are going to minify our CSS files just by enabling this. Let's click on Activate Minify CSS. All right. Now minifying the CSS actually removes white spaces and comments to reduce the file size. And optimize CSS delivery, we are going to remove unused CSS as well. And for JavaScript files, we are going to minify the JavaScript files. And the second option is the combine JavaScript files. Now this option actually combines your JavaScript files with your site's internal, third-party, and inline.js, reducing the HTTP requests. Not recommended if your site uses HTTP too. So if we enable this, here you can see it's written for compatibility and best results. This option is disabled when delayed JavaScript execution is enabled. So if we want to enable it, you can see it says this could break things. If you notice any errors on your website after having activated this settings, just deactivate it again and your site will be back to normal. So here you don't actually have to worry that much because some of the most important settings are already enabled, but we're still going to do a little bit of customization ourselves. And here's another feature that says load JavaScript deferred. So let's read over here. Load JavaScript deferred eliminates render blocking JS on your site and can improve load time. So we are going to enable this feature. And over here in delay JavaScript, we are also going to enable that. And this basically improves your performance by delaying the loading of JavaScript files until user interaction, such as scrolling or clicking. So this will actually increase the speed of your site. Here's the analytics and ads, all are over here. You can exclude any of this with just one click. Just select the analytics or ads you want to exclude. Okay, now let's click on Save Changes. Okay, so that's enough for file optimization. Let's click on Media. And here you can see we have some lazy load options. So we can enable for images, enable for CSS background images, and enable for iframes and videos. Okay, and there's another option that is the image dimensions. We can add missing width and height attributes to images. This will help prevent layout shifts and improve the reading experience for your visitors. Okay, so we are also going to enable this. Now let's click on Save Changes and let's go to Preload. Now, the first option is the preload cache. So if we read over here, when you enable preloading, WP Rocket will automatically detect your sitemaps and save all URLs to the database. The plugin will make sure that your cache is always preloaded. So let's activate preloading. And preloading links, we're also going to activate that. And we're going to click on Save Changes. And let's click on Advanced Rules. Here you can decide your cache lifespan. So the cache files older than the specified lifespan will be deleted. So here by default 10 hours is set. You can set the lifespan time to your likings, but I think the 10 hours is standard, so I'm going to keep it. And next there are more options such as never cache URLs, never cache cookies, never cache user agents. We can specify these URLs if we want, but let's click on Save Changes for now. And let's click on Database. So when we use WordPress, a lot of things are saved on our database. For example, you can see there are some revisions, auto drafts, trashed posts. So all these take up space, making your database bulky. If you want, you can remove these things. But also here, there's a warning that you can see. It says, back up your database before you run a cleanup. Once a database optimization has been performed, there is no way to undo it. So if you want to keep your revisions, drafts, auto drafts, some trashed posts, and some comments, no need to actually enable these options, okay? But if you're sure you don't want to keep your revisions, auto drafts, trashed posts, trashed comments, then you can select these options. We are just going to skip it. Now let's go to the CDN option. Over here, we can see Rocket CDN. Speed up your website thanks to high performance, easy configuration, and WP Rocket integration. So it's $7.99. But we're already using Cloudflare, and it says over here Cloudflare add-on is currently enabled. Configuration of the CDN settings is not required for Cloudflare to work on your site. You can also name your CDN CNames over here just by clicking on Add CName, and you can also exclude files from CDN. But we already have Cloudflare, we are not using it. Let's just go to the heartbeat settings. And over here, we can access the heartbeat settings. So what the heartbeat feature means is your WordPress site tries to communicate with the server. And when it tries to communicate with the server, it takes up some resources. So it does this frequently. From here, we can actually control the heartbeat and reduce the activity to free up some of our server's resources. Okay, so here you can reduce the activity in the backend, in the post editor, and in the front end. And after you're done, you can click on Save Changes. But we are actually happy with the default settings, so we're not going to do anything. Now let's move on to add-ons. And you can see there are so many add-ons for Rocket, such as User Cache, Varnish, WebP compatibility, and there's the Cloudflare and Security. And here you can see it says your site is using the official Cloudflare plugin. We have enabled Cloudflare Auto Purge for compatibility. So it's already turned on and we can rest easy. The next option is the image optimization. And here WP Rocket uses Imagify to give your website an extra speed boost. So you can use Imagify if you want. There's free and paid plans for Imagify. The free plan actually includes 20 megabyte per month, so around 200 images. We're currently using a free image optimization from Jetpack, so we are not going to need it. So let's go ahead to Tools. In the Tools section, you can find features like export settings, import settings, rollback, update inclusions and exclusion lists. Now, the next option is the tutorials. Here you can find several tutorials from WP Rocket. So if you need to get started or troubleshoot, you can come over here. Okay, so since we have installed WP Rocket, applied all of these changes, now let's test our score in PageSpeed Insight. So let's go ahead and paste in our URL. Now let's click on the Analyze button. And also, let's copy the single post page URL while this loads up. Now let's paste it, and now let's click on Analyze. So let's wait for it to analyze. Great. Now this is the home page, and this is the mobile score. Now this is the home page of our site, and it's the mobile version score. So as you can see, there was a drastic increase in performance. Our mobile score was probably 54, 58, something like that. Now it's 99. So the score is almost perfect. We can look at the matrices of our site, drastically improved. And if we look at the diagnostics, we can see almost all of the problems are solved. We still have 2 issues that we can deal with later on, but the performance of our site has drastically improved. Now let's take a look at the post page. And if we look at the post page, this also has increased drastically. Its score is now 99. Amazing. And if we look at the diagnostics, we have 1 issue, but otherwise our site is doing really, really well. Now if we click on this diagnostic, we can find what the issues are. So after we installed WP Rocket and applied all of these changes, you can see how much fast our site has gotten. So this is really amazing. If we look at the WP Rocket documentation, here we can find a lot of information such as the starter guide, essential stuff for you, FAQs. And if we go to our WP Rocket dashboard, there's another way to get support. Down on the right corner of the screen, there's an icon over here. If we click on it, we can search the guide for solutions. So we can quickly get what we want. And we can also ask for support from here. If we click on this button, Ask Support, and it will lead us to this page, the WP Rocket Help Center. Here we can see the customer support. We can select a topic. We can write the subject, the message, and finally click on the Open a Ticket button. And that is how we can get help and support whenever we want. So that's it for today's video. You can see we have really optimized our WordPress site. So if you guys are using WP Rocket, let us know in the comment section what's your experience with it. See you next time.